she'll hear your squeaky voice. Does that work? Alright, so do you have something that you'd like to work on?
Yeah.
What is it?
Uncertainty.
Uncertainty. So when you feel or say uncertainty, how does that represent itself for you?
As a form of anxiety.
A form of anxiety, and where are you feeling that form of anxiety?
Heart racing.
Your heart's racing. Okay. And nothing in the throat? Currently? Okay, so it's anxiety and it's uncertainty and it's racing in your heart. Does it represent itself anywhere else in your body? Just start tapping on the karate chop point while you're tuning in. Try and remember an event, a specific event where you felt really uncertain and you really had that heart racing feeling, that anxiety.
Most recently.
Yeah? Or even the first time that you can remember feeling it, like really strong.
Being tested.
Being tested.
We sort of touched on this.
Being tested at school. So how old were you?
Little, like grade 3.
Grade 3, being tested. And what was the situation? So it's that pounding in the heart, that racing, that anxiety, that uncertainty. So uncertainty being tested. And in that specific event, what was going on?
I was asked.
Just keep tapping while we're doing this.
I was asked to answer a question in class.
Asked to answer a question in class. Okay.
And it was maths.
Maths question?
Yeah. And I got it wrong.
And you got it wrong. Okay. Do you remember what the question was?
No idea.
No. You just remember getting it wrong?
Yeah.
So do you remember being asked the question? Do you remember what was, who was the teacher, male or female?
Mrs. Dixon.
Mrs. Dixon. That Mrs. Dixon. So you're in about grade 3 and you asked that maths question and you got the answer wrong.
Yeah.
And you had that heart racing feeling.
Yeah.
And you got that now?
Yeah.
What was it like to get that wrong? What do you remember?
It was just sort of like my heart stopped.
Your heart stopped, so there's that freeze, that freeze moment.
Like panic.
Yeah. And what did you see and hear? Did you see the rest of the class or?
Oh, I can feel my neck all tense.
Yeah, your neck was all tensing up. Mm-hmm.
Just panic.
Panic.
I was embarrassed. I don't know what the word is for it, but I was
Embarrassed.
embarrassed.
Okay. So that shock, that freeze, that embarrassment, that.
I felt really stupid.
What other exact words did she use that I've missed? Okay, so you felt stupid. You felt stupid. Okay, so let's tune into that. Even though I have this grade 3 memory,
Even though I have this grade 3
when Mrs. Dixon asked me a maths question,
Mrs. Dixon asked me this maths question.
and I can feel it in my throat, and my heart was racing,
My heart was racing.
and I froze, and I felt humiliated and embarrassed, and I've got this panic. No wonder my heart was racing. No wonder I feel it in my throat. I love and accept myself and my body for protecting me ever since grade 3. Even though I still have this feeling in my chest, my heart racing, and this feeling of panic, and this feeling in my throat, and this embarrassed, humiliating feeling, I accept myself and my body for protecting me. And I'm willing to look at ways of letting it go now. This panic, heart racing. This grade 3 panic heart racing. When Mrs. Dixon asked me that maths question and I got it wrong, I was so embarrassed. I was humiliated. I went into panic. I still have this racing feeling in my heart. I didn't know I still had this grade 3 racing feeling in my heart. I wonder what it would be like to let it go. If I was there now, I'd take that little girl aside and I'd tap on her to tap that fear and panic out of her so that she didn't have that racing heart and all that panic and that feeling in her throat. And I'd tell her she was a good little girl and I'd give her the right answer. I'd show that Mrs. Dixon and I'd rewind and I'd get Mrs. Dixon to say the question and I'd watch with glee as she answered it correctly and see that smile on her face. Dissolving any remaining panic and fear and embarrassment that was trapped in her body. Dissolving any remaining racing heartbeat. Dissolving any feeling in the throat. I thank my body for protecting me. And I choose to remember that little girl smiling, having the right answer, and feeling proud of it. Okay, take a deep breath. So, if you tune in now to that specific event with Mrs. Dixon, and that feeling in your heart and your heartbeat and your throat, what's that like now?
It's kind of muffled.
Muffled?
Yeah.
Mm. Like your throat?
It's a lot muffled. Yeah, just muffled or a bit squashed.
Mm-hmm. So what would you give that out of 10? Is it still a feeling of panic, humiliation, embarrassment, I got it wrong? Not so much panic. What is it then? What's there for you now, that muffled feeling? Just tune into that muffled feeling in your chest. Even though I still have this remaining muffled feeling in my chest, this remaining uncertainty, this remaining, what if I get it wrong? I accept myself deeply and completely. Even though I still have some remaining muffled feeling in my chest, I love and accept myself and my body deeply and completely. This remaining muffled feeling in my chest, this remaining remnants of uncertainty and panic and humiliation, I'm willing to release it now. I can let it go. I'm safe to let it go now. This remaining muffled feeling in my chest. Okay, so take a deep breath. And what's there for you now when you think about that specific event? So that Mrs. Dixon. It's not panic, she just wants to give her a slap. I'm interpreting. So it's like, Yeah, there's no panic. Yeah. There's a lightness, okay. So when you tune into your chest and your throat, is there anything there now?
To be honest, it's a bit itchy.
Itchy?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's that itchiness out of 10? A 4? Okay, let's do that. Even though I have this remaining itchiness in my throat, and I'm not quite sure what it's about, I'm willing to process it now, whatever it's representing, and I love and accept myself and my throat and any fears that may be associated with it, deeply and completely. This remaining itchy throat, processing this itchy throat. If this itchy throat had an emotion, what would it be? Fear. And if this fear in your itchy throat could say something, what would it say? If it had a message for you, what would it be? Let go. So this fear in my itchy throat, I'm listening to my body. Even though it's whispering at me. And I'm willing to let it go. This fear in my itchy throat. This fear in my itchy throat. This fear that's irritating my throat. It's making my throat itchy. Where's this fear coming from? Don't know? Even though I don't know where this fear is coming from. I am willing to process it. And let it go out of my throat. It doesn't belong in my throat. Whatever the fear is, I'm letting it know that it's safe to let it go now. Out of my throat. Out of my body. This remaining fear that's been trapped in my throat. I can speak my truth. Without fear. I am letting go of my fear. The fear in my throat. Replacing it with love. And peace. It's safe to let it go. I'm letting it go now. This remaining itchy fear in my throat, I'm replacing it with a soothing, what colour is it that's soothing your throat? A soothing green.
Replacing it with a soothing green.
What's the emotion that is that's soothing your throat?
Calm.
This soothing green, calm feeling in my throat.
Soothing green, calm feeling in my throat.
This feeling of soothing green, calm in my throat.
Soothing green, calm in my throat.
Dissolving any remaining fear.
I'm not dissolving
Any remaining uncertainty.
Any remaining uncertainty.
From wherever it came.
From wherever it came.
From Mrs. Dixon all the way back.
All the way back.
And all the way to now. And all the way to the future. Letting go of that uncertainty.
Let go of that uncertainty.
Replacing it with that green, smooth calm in my throat.
Replacing it with my green, smooth calm in my throat.
Feeling that green, smooth calm.
Green, smooth calm.
Dissolving that remaining fear.
Dissolving that remaining fear.
Dissolving that remaining itchiness.
Dissolving that remaining itchiness.
Feeling that smooth calm in my throat. Letting go of all the fear. Feeling that calm in my throat. Okay, so when you tune into that now, what's your throat feel like? Is there any itchiness? Or is it?
No, still dry, but not itchy.
Okay, so dry. So what's that is it out of 10, that dryness? What is it? What's the dryness feel like?
Maybe
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So, what colour is that dryness in your throat? Tap on the karate chop. Even though I've got this dryness in my throat,
I've got this dryness in my throat.
what's the colour of it?
Blue.
Is it blue dryness in my throat? What's that? The
No,
emotion?
It's red.
It's red?
Yeah.
This red dryness in my throat?
Yeah.
What's the emotion that that's representing? Just keep tapping. This red dryness in my throat.
Red dryness.
Just tune into the first time you felt that red dryness in your throat. Red dryness in my throat. This red dryness in my throat. This remaining red dryness in my throat. Preventing me from speaking. This red dryness in my throat. I have to be quiet. I can't be noticed. This red. I have to be quiet. No wonder I've got this red dryness in my throat. Maybe my baby can hear me.
Maybe my baby can.
Maybe I have to be quiet.
I have to be quiet.
I don't want to say the wrong thing.
I don't want to say the wrong thing.
What if I say the wrong thing?
What if I say the wrong thing?
This remaining dryness in my throat.
It's remaining dryness in my throat.
No wonder I have to be quiet.
I have to be quiet.
What if I say the wrong thing?
What if I say the wrong thing?
No wonder I can't speak loud.
I wonder I can't speak loud.
But what if it was safe to speak up? What if it was safe to speak my truth? What if it was safe to say the right thing or the wrong thing? This remaining dryness. This remaining dryness. This remaining red dryness. I wonder what it would take to soothe that red dryness.
What would it take to soothe that red dryness?
For me to be able to speak clearly.
For me to be able to speak clearly.
Without upsetting anyone.
Without upsetting anyone.
I wonder what that would be like.
What would that be like?
To be able to speak and not upset.
To be able to speak and not upset.
I don't want to upset people.
I don't want to upset people.
When have you upset people before? What's that bringing? What's that bringing out? What's that bringing out? What's it like to upset someone? This sadness when I upset someone. When was the last time you remember that? This sadness when I upset someone. This sadness when I upset someone. Sadness when I upset someone. Sadness when I upset someone. It's awful. It's awful upsetting someone. I didn't mean it. It just came out of my mouth. No wonder I'm making my mouth shut up. This sadness, I didn't want to upset anyone. I never want to upset anyone. I know what it's like to be upset. I don't want to upset people. No wonder I can't talk. That way I can't upset anyone.
Yeah.
This remaining feeling of sadness. No wonder I'm being silent. This remaining sadness. It's in my throat. I don't want to upset people. I'll have to be silent. It's awful upsetting people. I don't want to upset people. So I'm going to be quiet instead. But what if I can inspire people? Like I am now? What if my voice can inspire people? I'd like that. In fact, my voice does inspire people. When I least expect it. And I'm giving my voice permission to inspire everyone. And I'm letting go of that awful feeling of upsetting people and replacing it with being inspirational. And bringing that inspiration out of my throat. And into the air where people can hear it. And I choose to allow people to hear my voice. As I release the remaining upsetting feeling and sadness, and replace it with inspiration. So take a deep breath. So see how we're going up and down and all around the place, but it's like, dog with a bone, chase that thing. So what's there now for you when you think of the throat? And is there still sadness or upsetting?
No, there's not.
And there's a voice. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
You inspirational one. So there we go, that's a nice demo.
Thank you. He's stuck with me.
Very good. So there we go. So